Italy conquered Ethiopia.
There we go. Addis Ababa.
Of course, world tension is still at 0% because...
No one cared.
Oh, because Germany signed the Anti-Comintern Pact, which lowers world tension, I guess? Oh, the Treaty of Addis Ababa actually lowers world tension, I guess.
Because
okay.
nobody... that's actually historically
Oh.
accurate.
Franco's getting his ass kicked.
Interesting.
Yeah, Nationalist Spain usually wins, but I have seen several games where Republican Spain wins, which, by the way, they're not real Republicans, they're communists, so we might have to do something about that.
Need a lot more infantry equipment while exercising, apparently.
Yeah, I know. Well, we'll make up the deficit. It's better to have our troops at a higher level of veterancy than
Not.
yeah, we definitely want that infantry or that army experience. We now can switch production over to better fighters. I mean, I'm sure we have plenty of carrier fighters at this point.
Yeah, we have a lot of fifis. Go with the Warhawk.
Yeah, we have no air experience, so we can't upgrade these. So we'll just go with the stock P-50 Warhawk.
P-40.
Or P-40 Warhawk. Yeah, let's take a look at our situation here.
How's the U.S. Air Force?
Yeah, we have some fighters in the Hawaii Ridge. We're going to go ahead and put them on interception and air superiority. Not that history would lead us to believe that there's any reason we would need
to
fighters
do that.
patrolling Hawaii. Let's see. So we got some fighter wings. Oh, did I get all of the Hawaiian wings? I should make sure I did. Okay, yeah, we also got tactical bombers here. Port strike and close air support. That's kind of terrible. I don't really see a lot of reason for... Oh, and also they lack range to completely cover the area because they're
bombers.
Curtiss P1s. These fighters here, so they have a minus 80% efficiency. We'll need to get some P-40s out there quick. These tactical bombers are just not useful in Hawaii at all. I think I'm just going to keep them grounded. I might move them to a different airbase. I mean, once we start island hopping, yeah, they might come in handy, but for now, I don't know why I'd really need close air support in Hawaii. It'd be nice if they were naval bombers, because then we could blow up the attacking Japanese ships with them. Panama Canal. Yeah, let's go ahead and establish air superiority over Central America. Man, these fighters are terrible.
Yeah.
Man, and it's raining. They can't even deal with the rain. We really need some better planes. Alright. So this is something you should do if you want to treat this video as a part tutorial. If you see any fighter wings that don't have an area assigned, it means they're not doing anything, and you should probably fix that. So we'll go ahead and we'll mobilize our fighters out of Louisiana just to defend the... Yeah, see, port strike is not that useful to us.
Well, you have no ports to strike.
Yeah. I guess we could set these guys on naval strike. Yeah, that's actually probably a better idea. Let's send them to the Gulf of Mexico and set them on naval strike. Okay. Getting there. Virginia. We've got fighters. Want to maintain air superiority over the East Coast. We got some tactical bombers. They can do port strike, but not naval strike, so I guess we'll just keep them on air support.
Close air support.
Okay, here we go. Naval bombers on the eastern seaboard. Naval strike. Excellent. Just going to finish setting up our Air Force. West Coast.
USAF, man. A critical component in American dominance.
Oh, yeah. I think probably we're most threatened on the western seaboard. The northwest is going to be a lot harder to invade. So we'll go ahead. Oh yeah, these are tactical bombers. Tactical bombers are so useless on defense. Naval strike. And naval strike. think we're getting close. All right, so we have some naval bombers on the USS Lexington. So these carrier-based ones, we'll wait on giving them missions until we actually decide what we want to do with our carriers. How's our logistics doing? Okay, we're actually running a deficit on artillery right now because of our training regime, I think, but that's okay because we have a lot stockpiled.
That's fine.
The
Hindenburg.
Disaster was narrowly averted.
Wow.
So there's a couple world news events that can have either a historical outcome or an ahistorical outcome. This one had the ahistorical outcome.
Oh, the humanity.
So, disaster was narrowly averted today when a diesel fuel leak was discovered on the German passenger airship Hindenburg as it came to dock in the Lakehurst Naval Air Station in the United States. The leak was promptly repaired. Had it gone unnoticed, flammable vapor could have resulted in a fire that would have engulfed the entire airship. Critics have long questioned the wisdom of passenger airships, given their spotty safety records, and this incident is bound to make them even more vocal.
Oh, the humanity averted.
Yeah, let's assign one more factory to artillery, since we could use some more. Our next national focus
is South America.
South America, and then we can declare the Pax Americana. We also have a slot for... I know I keep pulling this up. It's because I'm not super impressed with any of these guys. I guess we should go with the War Industrialist.
Why not?
Henry Stempson. And then we'll start building up like our military high command and everything.
Sounds good. Getting ready to go.
Yeah. How is our support of democracy in Mexico going?
It goes.
12.45%.
It goes.
We'll be able to speed this up once the Great Depression is over, because we'll have more political power to work with, and we can actually send, active agents to spread democracy. Construction speed, research is done. We can actually get the next level of computing machines early because we have a 50% decrease in research time.
Why not?
I'm going to see how that would compare to if we were to research a contemporary technology. Yeah, it's actually faster. So,
do it.
Because it's computing machines, let's go ahead and go for it.
Gotta get our computers up to snuff, yo.
Oh, yeah.
Why not change your free trade law to free up some civilian factories? Because we are indeed a democracy.
Well, it's mainly the reason I haven't done that yet is because it's giving us minus 10% research time. The more free your trade is, you get more factory output, better construction speed, and better research time. Eventually, we'll probably change to export focus, maybe even limited exports. But for now, sticking with free trade because we have other things we can spend our political power on that will be more of an upgrade as opposed to a side grade. Alright, so we have a decision to make here. We can focus on dispersed support, improving organization and effectiveness of line artillery, or integrated support, improve organization and effectiveness of support units. For the U.S., I don't think it's really a choice. I mean, line artillery is not really what we're about.
It's not. Part of the United States' strength is their flexibility, their ability to fight in different environments and clients. Support units were a huge part of that.
Yeah, soft attack of support units plus 25% for each of these. And they both unlock the overwhelming fire tactic.
I'm just gonna say this: when we're fighting in the jungle and stuff, you're gonna be glad you took that.
Yeah. When we're down in Venezuela, I mean, this is just the shittiest terrain imaginable. So, very hot, mountains, jungles. It's not a good time.
Support units are a game changer in tough environments.
By the way, we do have 10 Army experience right now, so we can potentially edit our infantry division to add a recon company, which is really worth it, for sure.
Worth it.
It probably is going to put us at a deficit for support equipment. Yeah, but we have a good stockpile and it recovered immediately, so we're fine.
Can we make a Trump wall?
We could make a Trump wall. We could build a line of forts all along the Mexican border. I don't know if we can actually make Mexico pay for it. But yes, we could technically build a Trump wall.
We have all the best forts.
We're not worried about them coming up here. We're going to be going down there to spread democracy to the despicable neutrals. So,
all right, Earhart.
Another ahistorical outcome. The famous aviator Amelia Earhart known to many as the Queen of the Air, has completed a flight around the world together with her navigator Fred Noonan. After a brief scare when the pair temporarily got lost while approaching Howland Island in the Pacific, the flight proceeded without incident, and this morning their Lockheed Electra touched down in Oakland, California. A ceremony is to be held in the White House next week, where Earhart is personally congratulated for her feat by the president. So this is like the brightest timeline.
Yeah.
The Hindenburg didn't blow up. Amelia Earhart's alive, which, by the way, since she survived, she can actually show up as an ace fighter pilot later on.
How progressive.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So we might have her flying Warhawks.
I dig it.
Yeah. I do too. Oh yeah, I haven't been paying attention to my... Okay, these guys are not fully trained yet. These guys are fully trained, so they can stop wasting equipment on exercises. MacArthur's boys are fully trained, and Bradley's boys are fully trained.
Nice. There you go.
Yeah. So they're going to be getting their entrenchment bonus back.
All right.
National
can declare
focus
the facts.
South America. We have Pax Americana. The peace in America must be kept. We have the strength to ensure that petty squabbles between neighboring nations do not escalate. A war at our doorstep is exactly what our enemies want, and we must do everything we can to prevent it. So this will basically double the democracy spread in all of the non-democratic nations and double the ideology defense in all
Meaning
of the
there is not
democratic.
going to be ideological drift in the current...
It means everyone's getting on board with democracy right quick. That is what that means.
That is what that means.
We also have... I don't think any of these other political advisors are worth hiring right now. Yeah, we definitely don't want any of these fascist... Charles Coughlin being the fascist demagogue spokesman for the U.S. is interesting. He was like a radio preacher, I think. Monthly opinion is...
As a fascist demagogue.
I mean, he was a fascist. That's true. Let's see. What do you say we...
Ford, man.
Motorized equipment. Do we want to go? We want to go with a motorized army?
Is that a question? I mean, I feel like that's
that gives us. So what that gives us? It gives us a lot more mobility, but less agility in shitty terrain. Whereas Springfield Armory, the advantage of that would be better small arms research. I think both of those are extremely viable. Let's see what chat thinks in terms of which
small arms or trucks.
Yeah,
Ford, man.
I do love motorized. If we end up going to war,
I would vote motorized. And here's chat is divided 2-1 so far, but in favor of Ford.
Well, here's the thing. If we go to war in Europe, like if we intervene in Europe, motorized is going to be amazing because they have roads.
How do you compete with? How would we compete with an ascendant German Reich without a motorized?
Well, that's the other thing. If we end up having to defend the U.S. with our own, interstate highway system, motorized is going to let us get.
I vote motorized, and it would
really
appear
fast.
that by a vote of 1, if you count my vote, Ford wins. Tie otherwise.
Yeah, there's not like a strong opinion in the chat, and since we've both kind of gravitated for it, I'm going to go ahead and pick Ford, and we'll do some motorized armies.
Just in case we need to go intervene in Europe.
Because we're not really focusing on European intervention, there's a very real possibility that Germany could end up invading. So I actually kind of hope that happens, because that would be a cool ahistorical scenario to play through. I didn't start the PAX focus yet. Okay.
We don't need to invade Mexico, Vitu. We just need to bring them away to around our way of thinking.
We might need to intervene in a civil war. So it might not necessarily...
The Marco Polo Bridge incident.
Okay, yeah. So Japanese and Chinese forces have skirmished inconclusively over the strategic Marco Polo Bridge, located just southwest of Beijing. China has rejected... I switched over my brain to Chinese pronunciation, and then when I got to the word rejected, I was still set on that. So that's what happens when you spend so much time thinking about linguistics. China has rejected Japan's demands for an apology and territorial concessions, claiming instead that the breaking point of Japanese aggression has been reached. Diplomats fear that the volatile situation could result in war at any time.
Interesting news indeed.
World tension still at 0%.
Can you say Manchukuo?
Yeah. You can. I can say Manchukuo. There's Mingkuo over here. The Japanese puppet state, fascist Chinese puppet state that is cooperating with the Japanese government. We also have the Guangxi clique is still there.
Nice. Concentrated industry. Man, our industry...
And of course, there's good old Mao hanging out in the PRC. So, let's see. Can we get the next level of construction tech? Not yet. Probably going to want radios.
Important.
I think that's something that's going to be relevant to our interests.
Radios are kind of important.
Yeah, not having radios by 1938 would be kind of a misstep, I think. That would qualify as a little bit of a missed opportunity.
A faux pas, if you would.
A faux pas, indeed. Awesome. Okay, so our industry is just booming, which is exactly what
we
I
want.
wanted.
Yep.
Atomic research. We still don't have the bonus for that yet, so we're going to be getting a ridiculous ahead of time penalty. Oh! Duh. Motorized.
Why not? There you go.
Going for it. It'll only take 150 days because the good old Ford Motor Company
helping
in the
us
great
out.
state of Michigan, where my mom's side of the family is largely from. Oh yeah, up there in the great state of Michigan.
Rooting for the Wolverines.
Oh no, Ford isn't Michigan. That's GM. I'm sorry. Where is Ford based out of? I totally fucked that up. Yeah.
That's all good. That's live broadcasting. Nothing
Are they like Indiana?
I'm writing it right now.
Yeah, where is Ford Motor Company based?
I mean, now everywhere, but
yeah.
There we go.
Japan has
Shaanxi.
declared war on Shaanxi.
And the Pax Americana has been declared.
Excellent. So, our next choice on what we can do, we can either do preemptive intervention, which gives us a puppet war goal against fascist Venezuela, or we can do black chamber operations, which allows us to boost the popularity of other ideologies, and the democratic supporters in Mexico and Bolivia start a civil war. My inclination... Well, the thing is, I don't know how long this war goal lasts, so we might have to use it immediately.
It was Michigan.
It is. Ford is Michigan. Okay.
Dearborn, Michigan.
Dearborn.
I didn't fuck it up. So Ford and GM are from Michigan. So yeah, I was right all along. I think we should go for this focus
that
here.
Strikes me as it's closer to home, which is generally, I think, the better idea.
So what do we have over here? These are just regular infantry. Before I select this focus, let's go ahead. Let's draw a new front line. Yeah, that's fine. Along the Mexican border. And actually, I'm going to assign both armies to this line.
Japan declared war on China. Here we go.
And I'm not selecting the focus yet because I want our armies to be in position before the Civil War starts. And it's okay to do that because we'll just gain extra political power while we're not running a national focus. So it's not like we're wasting anything. And actually, I should draw...
What do you think about picking another focus, something industrial research-based, while democracy grows there a little bit more?
So the only problem with that is world tension has not
risen
high
blocks
enough.
off a lot of our stuff.
We can get war propaganda now, which will increase our manpower pool. But yeah, we can't get like war bonds or military construction until world tension gets at least, I think,
might be worth
over
taking war propaganda right now. Just to let Mexico diverge ideologically.
Oh, I see. I see what he's saying. Yeah, no, that makes sense. We should do that because yeah, if a civil war started right now, the Democrats would be way behind. So yeah, let's go ahead and take war propaganda.
Sounds like that helps us out based on what I've seen.
That's very good advice, actually. Radar, I think we can hold off on that because I don't think we're going to be attacked by air for a while. Still waiting on... Probably going to want maintenance companies eventually, but not until we start cranking out motorized divisions. And
Indeed.
MPs are really only useful if we have to occupy enemy territory, which is probably not going to be for a long time. We're a little bit ahead of time on infantry equipment. Might as well go for interwar artillery.
Artillery is never not useful.
We do have artillery in our deployment, so So, oh yeah, and then I'm also gonna draw a plan up for this.
Drawing a battle plan, folks.
So we're just gonna...
This is a cool feature, I think.
Well, let's see. So, let's get a little more technical with this than maybe some other streamers that you've seen. We're gonna have a group... I can't draw a front line here. Oh, wrong hotkey. We're gonna have a group of guys whose job it is basically to take Baja. And it's going to be these 4 right here. And then we're going to have a pocket here. Just basically secure this river. We're going to assign a couple divisions to that. And we should probably edit that a little bit. That's giving us kind of weird. Yeah, we don't really need... I didn't really assign enough divisions to that. Let's reassign this guy. Okay. So we're going to have a pocket that's going to push up to this river here. And then, do we have any mountaineers? We don't have any mountaineers divisions, kind. Oh, because we haven't researched them yet.
We'll get there.
Yeah, that's
yet another
proud part of Colorado history, right? By the way,
absolutely.
The U.S. Mountain Divisions trained in our home state. So let's go ahead and let's do another.
That's probably
line
another
here.
another fortuitous reason while waiting for the forces of democracy in Mexico to get a little stronger. It lets us get our military a little more up to snuff.
Alright, so we're going to assign 4 divisions to this order. They're going to try to push through the mountains and take this area. And then the rest of the army... Again, these battle plans might not be entirely relevant once we actually see how the Civil War is going to start, because the Democratic supporters might do a lot of the work for us. We're going to draw a big battle plan that goes down to Mexico City and Veracruz and stops right before the river. And we're going to assign... Let's see. These guys are assigned, so I need to assign these guys to this battle plan. And we want it to start... Nope. That's not what I wanted. Yeah, we want
that's
to
a
kind
good...
of skirt this mountain range a little bit and kind of come down along the coast. I might even tweak it a little bit
It's
more.
not Winfield Scott's naval landing, but it's artful in its own way.
Yeah, we really want to focus on the coast. So they will try to capture some of these outlying provinces, but mainly they're going to be focused on getting to Mexico City. Yeah, I don't think we can really optimize that anymore. Well, yeah, we could... Yeah, that'll work.
That'll work just fine, I think.
That'll work just fine. So
and,
now
if you have the chance to get some mountain divisions while you wait for the forces of democracy to beef up a little bit in Mexico, it'd probably be a good idea.
So we kind of have 4 pushes going on, devoted to capturing different areas of the Mexican front, trying to avoid river crossings where possible. Normally I'd try to avoid mountains too, but we don't really have that luxury right now.
Computing machines.
Got the next level of computing machines. That one was way too far ahead of time. We probably want to go decryption, though, because that also gives us a...
That's not terribly ahead of time.
It gives us we have a 50% research, so it's only going to take 60 days, and decryption gives you a battlefield advantage if your decryption is ahead of the enemy's encryption, because you can intercept their communications.
And meanwhile, Truscott's up there just chilling out.
Yep. Oh yeah, I can finally stop exercising our Pacific Garrison Army. Do we have any army?